guys, it's me Debbie with an amazing video. Thank you so much for dropping by. Today I'm going to be doing my makeup. As I tell you guys how boring my campus life was. It was a whole 4 years of boredom. It almost felt as if it was an improved primary school. And yeah, just stay tuned for the whole story. Just a backstory. I used to live with my parents. Like, we used to live around that area before even I joined that campus, so I was already familiar with that environment. And I remember one time when I was still in high school, my friend asked me if I would mind going to that school because I've lived there for a while then. And I was like, why would I want to do that to myself? For campus, I'm gonna be so far away from home. So with that being said, my mom also used to, okay, I'll be quiet for a while as I draw my brows. Okay, with that being said, before even I went to that school, my mom was already working in that school. So at that time, that period when you've done with high school and now you're trying to figure out which school you want to go to, my mom was like, do you want to go to this school over here? And I was like, no, I don't want to go to that school because it sounds boring. I've already done my high school over here. Why would I do that? And she started telling me like, it's a very good school. You know, other public universities, you won't be able to finish school in 4 years. Here you'll finish school in 4 years, and all those stories. And my siblings went to campus away from home, and they were telling me, no, just listen, she's very right. Life out there in campus was not so easy, and now that you'll be at home, it will be so easy for you. You'll be eating in the house. And I fell for it. So I gave my mom a go ahead to go and apply for me at school because I didn't know how to apply for myself, so she just went ahead and she applied for me. And after that time, when everyone else is celebrating, now everyone has been called to the school that they applied for, all my friends are like, oh, I'm going to this school, I'm going very far away, nini, I'll be so happy. And I just opened my portal and I just saw congratulations. You know the way Coops actually congratulates you, like there's a hand, and they're like, you know what I mean. So it was like, congratulations. And I was like, oh. And also I lied to my friends that, I wasn't called to this school. My mom actually, I was called to this school, but my mom did this and that and that, and now I was able to go to this school because I was actually so embarrassed then that I didn't want to tell my friends that I was going to that school. Sorry guys if I lied to you then. I just didn't know. Now I know better. And yeah, so fast forward, days went by and I joined the school. So this is where things started being boring, like I said before. Like, I already told you guys that my mother used to work in that school, so she would have access to my timetable. She knew when I had classes and when I did not have classes. She also knew some of my lecturers, that the units that I was taking, she knew some of my lecturers. And yeah, so I literally couldn't miss any class. That was the first sign that I was already going to have a very boring life in that school. And sometimes she could take me for lunch where where the staff actually used to, where the rest of the staff used to like have their lunch as well. And imagine how awkward it will be to eat in the same room with your lecturers. Just imagine, like, it wasn't the best feeling. And then my mom was like, oh hey, come and say hi to my daughter. And then my mom was like, oh, she has told me that you're taking her for this unit, blah 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 blah. And I was just there like with food in my mouth, you know. And that didn't mean that I'll get any type of special treatment, because I did not. So just like I said, at this point, I couldn't miss any classes. So I could just go to class and come back home, go to class and come back home. Like, I wouldn't go with my friends to their hostels and, just make stories. I remember this time I went to my friend's hostel and it was just story time and everything. And my mom kept on calling me like, hey, where are you? You need to come back. You need to do this and this and that and that. And my friends were like, whoa. So anytime we were planning something, I literally just had to leave and go home early. I was that person ule wa kuenda home. It was just always me and my parents, because I literally just had to go home. Like, I don't have the freedom like you guys. I have to go and cook. At this point, my friends even got skeptical about calling me to go out with them, because they knew that I'll just make the party, everything will just, it wouldn't go as planned just because of me. So my social life was literally out of the door. Like, girl, it was just me and my family. I even remember this one time we had this freshers bash, the party that the school holds for you when you just join the school, when you just join the first years and all that. So I was so excited. My friends were like, hey, we're going to have so much fun. I hope you're not going to miss it. And yeah, I knew I wasn't gonna miss it. So I actually went home after classes that day and I told my parents, we have this freshers thing going on in school from around 8 p.m. up to morning. Before I even finished that sentence, my parents it's like I told them something that they've never heard of, and they just couldn't let me. They were like, who have you ever seen come to this house that late? You mean you want to go outside for like the whole night and we'll just be here comfortable knowing that you're outside? And I was like, we're going to be safe, because it's the school that's holding it. And my mom literally knows what is going on, because she works in that school. And to cut the story short, that is how I just didn't go, and I got so mad about it. I didn't speak to them for like 2 days, and it seemed like they were just okay. And I think for them, they thought that what they were doing was right, and I don't think that's the case. I just feel like if you're in campus, and I mean the school is holding an event for you because you worked hard in high school, and now you're gonna have fun for what you worked for. And I just missed that opportunity like that. So I didn't have permission to go to that event. So like you can imagine going to school the next day and everyone is talking about it, everyone is posting on their stories and statuses, and I just felt so bad. And I was like, I think I just made the wrong choice. I just wish I went to a university that was 5,000 miles away from home. And I was just feeling so left out. And to make matters worse, like, we used to live there because my parents used to work there, but we had a home. Now, like, our literal home was somewhere far away from that place. So every weekend we had to travel home, just family time and everything. Okay, that was somewhat fun, but I couldn't even be, I couldn't, you know, those Friday vibes, weekend vibes. I just missed all of them. Like my friends would be like, we're gonna go to this place, we're gonna go hiking, we're gonna go to, you know, all those fun things that you guys do. And I was just like, no, I can't. We're going home this weekend, and I'll just see you guys on Monday in class. And that actually forced me to actually take my academics seriously, because I didn't have anything else to do apart from just study. So most of my time I was just studying, going to the library, reading, acing my cards, basically just doing what a typical real student would be doing. So now I was the academic buddy and the online friend, because you literally couldn't find me anywhere else apart from class, group discussions, and at home. So that literally killed my social skills, and I think that forced me like to get used to the introvert kind of life. I wouldn't call myself an introvert before I went to campus, but I think just the change of environment, you know, living with strict parents, it just forced me to be an introvert, literally. So now I was already getting used to it, and I just accepted that that was my fate. I chose that for myself. But don't get me wrong, I could still go outside sometimes, you know, during the day to like have lunch with friends or go and study. At this time, I had not joined any clubs like dancing, music, um, drama. Although I was really that, I will call myself that kind of person. Like before all those shenanigans. So at this time, I think I was already in my third year, and I was like, I really need to improve on my social life. So I just asked a friend of mine, a club that she knew at that time, and she told me that music club was a good club to join, because they were going for trips at that time, you know, just, you know, the way music clubs the same as the high school clubs, where you will go for a function, you will have fun, enjoy, make friends. Yeah, so I reached out to the leader of this club, and I asked him, and he told me, actually, we're doing auditions tomorrow. And I was like, this is it. So I told him that I would go the next day, and I actually went. It was actually like a professional setting, because there was this judge, like the music teacher, and now they were like recruiting like new members, because the fourth years who were there had already exited campus. So I went, and it was my turn, and I did the audition, and they told me, wow, you sing really well. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah. So I joined the club. So over there I met really, really nice people. The teacher was so nice. Everything was going well until the preparation started to get thorough, because I think we were going to, I can't remember, but I remember we were going somewhere outside of the county for those festivals. So we really had to put in a lot of time and effort. So we used to do the practice, and then we'd finish late, like at around 8. So this time it was actually late to go back home, and I used to get home, and I find my mom like she's already asleep. And then she's like, why are you back home this late? And then I was like, we have practice, blah 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 blah. And she told me, child, 8 is too late. And we literally used to live like 1 yard from the school. Like we literally used to share a fence with the school. Like the school was literally the other block. And I was like, you know what, she's right. And I just didn't argue. And so I had to leave the club and stay home. But honestly, that club was so fun. I think I just, for the moment that I was in that club for, I'd say, 3 weeks. Actually, 2 to 3 weeks. I think I left the third week. And they were like, why did you leave? You actually, I was made to be the soloist. Like, I was made to be the soloist. I had already mastered all these songs. I don't know what tribe was that. Was it Congo or something? I had already mastered these Congolese songs. So me leaving was actually, they actually felt bad because of that. But I'm sorry, guys. It had to be done. Yeah. So now I just started really questioning my choices of going to that school that was just around our place. I think I put too much foundation, but I'm just going to blend it in. And don't get me wrong, my parents are actually very nice people. They're very lovely. I as much as I wasn't joining the school clubs or those, they actually, we used to spend time with them. Like, they will take me out for dinner, we could go and have fun, just by ourselves. But I was just not involved in staying in school with my peers. And this is where things actually got spicy. My mom actually resigned, and after a while she went abroad just for a little while, and that means I had to stay by myself. So obviously I was happy. This was like a dream come true, staying by myself. I was just so happy. So I actually moved into a smaller house because now I was going to stay by myself. And I remember, like, I actually used to tell them, even if you guys live here, can I just get a house of my own? And they were like, no, that doesn't make sense. Why would you want to get a house of your own? And I was like, okay, you guys actually have a point. So I just stayed home during those days. But now I had the opportunity to actually go and look for a house. I actually went house hunting, and I was just so happy. Like, you could tell that I was so happy. It was already happening. What I wanted was already happening. Yeah, so I actually found a house just somewhere near school, and I stayed there for my whole final year. And I tell you that it was amazing. Like, it was really amazing because I actually did what I want. Like, I could actually cook what I wanted. I could wash the dishes when I wanted. I could buy what I wanted. Like, it was so much fun, and they definitely supported me through it. They got me a nice house and everything that I needed. And they were like, you're only going to be here for 1 year, which is typically 6 months. And yeah, so they actually made me so comfortable that I loved it more and more. And my landlady was actually a nice person. Like, she actually treated me as her own. I don't know, maybe my mom talked to her on the side, but I just loved the place. And at that time, I think when you're in your final year, everything that you wanted to explore, now you're already, just like now you're maturing up. So I actually didn't want to join any of those clubs. I just wanted like some time alone because I literally never had this before. It just made me so happy, and that experience actually taught me how to be responsible, because now I was the one buying my own food, doing my own laundry, everything, and it just had to be done, and no one else was going to help me, so I had to do it by myself. So I actually knew how to plan my own money, how to, like plan like a whole week's meal. I just learned so much by staying by myself, and I always wanted to know how it felt walking outside like at around 7 p.m. because my curfew was at, I think, 6:30 latest. So sometimes I will just stay in the house, and then when it was 6:30 time for me to come in the house is when I will actually go out, like to try to get supper, just trying to figure out what I wanted to eat. And wow, I just loved it. And I think it was just a very nice experience. I also had like really ample time to study, because now I could actually go to my friend's place and we could study like till all the time that we want. She could come to my place whenever she wanted, and I just loved the experience so much. And I feel like if you are like a parent and you're watching this, and maybe your kid is now in campus or they're going to campus, just let them breathe, like let them be, let them experience what is out there. What you experience will not be the same for them. Advise them, let them know how to maneuver through, but just walk it with them, not for them. Like just show them, do this, do that, this is right, this is wrong. And the Bible actually says that raise a raise a child in a way that they should go, and when they grow up they won't depart from it. And I didn't depart from it, because I was honestly a very nice child. Like that landlady, she literally knew that I was gonna be at home whenever, and just anytime that she wanted anything, she would be like, hi Debbie, are you going out today? And I was like, no, I'm not going out today. Then she'd be like, I'm actually sending some what is food in English? I'm sending some guys over here, you show them this and this and that. She was actually building a house just right behind where mine was. Like it was an own compound. She used to live like over there, and I was like over here. So over there they were like building a house, and she would actually tell me, look after this and that, don't let them do this, you know as in, it was just fun, it was just good vibes, and I really enjoyed it. And I loved that woman so much. Like she took me as her own. We also had a kashamba there. There were monkeys. If you've lived in Moranga, you know that monkeys are just part of life. So whenever I could see the monkeys, I would actually run and chase them away. Literally what I will do at home. And it just gave me the sense of, like I'm at home. I'm not feeling like left out or alone when my parents are actually far away, because I was used to them. My whole life was surrounded around them. And now I was just exploring, like, so I actually started making new friends. Because remember, we used to go home during the weekend, so I never used to go to our to the church at school. So now I actually had time to go there, to meet new people, have those evening vespers together. And I was just like, wow, I've been missing out on so much. Like there's really so much to, like, I don't have all the time to cover up for the time that I missed. It's not like I missed a lot, but I literally missed a lot. I missed the life lessons out there, but I'm still grateful for whatever I learned. I'm still grateful that my parents were looking out for me. I'm very grateful that they always provided for me. Like, my pockets never ran dry. Like, they were always there for me. My mom could actually call me and she'd be like, "Have you eaten?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." Then she'll be like, "Today we are eating kuku. Today we're eating chicken." And so I'll also send you money for chicken so that we can have like a family dinner when they're over there and I'm over here. And it was just, honestly, it was really nice. It was really nice. I don't want to be the armchair therapist, but if you're joining campus or you just joined, like, just live life. Like, you actually experience and learn things by living it, and by give yourself grace, show up for yourself, do everything that you want to do that is morally upright, and just be yourself, honestly, because your parents might want the best for you, and you should also want the best for yourself. I'm not saying that you disregard whatever advice they're giving you. Your parents' advice is the best, but also just like show up for yourself. If you want to go and have fun with your friends, if you want to go for a sleepover with your decent friends, just do so. Just go. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with it. And I think if I was given another chance to go back to campus, I will actually explore it more, and I will learn things that I didn't learn, and I will actually unlearn whatever I didn't want to learn. But don't forget to study, because graduations are real, retakes are real, failing is real. Just know how to balance between your social life and your school life. And experience isn't the best teacher. Learn from your friends, learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to wait for it to happen to you. And that's just basically what happened to me. And that was just my experience. We go through different experiences, learn from them, live in them. So that being said, I'm now going to do my lips. This is my everyday lip combo because I just love it so much. So at this point, I already did my face. Now I'm going to do my hair, and then I'm gonna come back with a full. So this is how I look, and I'm feeling like my lips are a bit dull, so I'll add some color. So this is it. This is how it turned out. I hope you loved it. I don't love putting on lashes at this point, so no filters.